The music world paused today not just to celebrate a streaming milestone, but to honor a legacy built on sincerity, artistry, and perseverance. BTS's eldest member, Seokjin, known worldwide simply as Jin, has officially surpassed 200 million streams on Spotify for his soul-stirring solo track, I'll Be There. While fans across the globe flooded social media with tributes and congratulations, the most emotional response came from none other than Si-hyuk, the founder of HYB and the man who witnessed Jin's quiet evolution from trainee to global solo phenomenon. In a statement released shortly after the announcement by World Music Awards, Si-hyuk didn't hold back his emotions. "When I saw the numbers, I felt proud," he said. "But when I listened to the song again today, alone, quietly, I cried. This wasn't about charting. This was Jin proving that quality, honesty, and heart still mean something in today's industry." Bang revealed that he was especially moved by the song's rise without the typical machinery of mainstream promotion. I'll Be There soared to 200 million streams organically, driven entirely by Jin's talent and the unwavering love of ARMY. This is a victory for real music. For those who believe in the slow burn. Jin didn't shout to be heard. He whispered, and the world still listened. Bang added, "The achievement is Jin's sixth solo track to cross the 200M mark on Spotify, cementing his position not just as the eldest BTS member, but as a formidable solo force in the global music scene." For Si-hyuk, this moment felt even more personal. "We all knew Jin could sing. We all loved his voice. But now the world understands the depth of his artistry. He didn't just return from the military, he returned with fire." With fans and critics alike calling I'll Be There the emotional anthem of the year, insiders at HYB have hinted at more support and larger-scale global initiatives for Jin's solo career in 2026. Si-hyuk concluded, "This is just the beginning. Jin proved that sincerity wins. That's the kind of legacy we should build our future on." ChatGPT said, "Certainly." Here is the continuation of the news article where Si-hyuk reflects deeper on Jin's artistry and its implications for the future of HYB. Despite being the CEO of one of the most powerful entertainment conglomerates in the world, Si-hyuk spoke from a place not of power, but of humility and awe. "I've worked with so many artists," he shared during an internal HYB roundtable discussion, "but Jin has always surprised me. He doesn't chase numbers. He chases meaning. That's why moments like this feel more valuable than any trophy." He also noted how I'll Be There wasn't originally seen as a commercial blockbuster. The track, laced with tender piano progressions and Jin's unmistakably vulnerable vocals, was described as too intimate by some early industry analysts. Yet today, it stands tall among the most streamed K-pop solo songs globally. "We underestimated how much the world needed this kind of music," Bang admitted. "It was Jin who reminded us that emotion has no expiration date." Within HYB's walls, the song's milestone has already inspired executives to re-examine how they measure success. According to internal sources, Bang has now commissioned a new initiative, unofficially dubbed the Seokjin standard, to prioritize emotional resonance and longevity over short-term virality in upcoming artist campaigns. "The industry has become obsessed with shock, speed, and spectacle," he said. Jin showed us that stillness can also be powerful. Beyond streaming statistics, Bang pointed out the emotional tidal wave that I'll Be There created across fan platforms. Thousands of fans wrote letters, created art, and shared personal stories of healing linked to the song. "That's the kind of impact you can't buy," Bang said. "That's what makes Jin irreplaceable." When asked if HYB planned to build further on Jin's solo legacy, Bang smiled and offered a knowing pause before stating, "Let's just say, we're working on something very special. The world hasn't seen the full picture of Seokjin yet. Not even close." As the wave of I'll Be There hitting 200 million streams continued to dominate headlines, the atmosphere at HYB HQ shifted from celebration to anticipation. Si-hyuk, with his usual calm but assertive tone, began outlining a new vision during an internal strategy session, one that places Jin not just as a performer, but as a legacy artist. "Jin is no longer just part of BTS," Bang stated. "He is an era-defining soloist, and we will build an ecosystem around that." According to sources within HYB, a dedicated division under HYB labels is currently being assembled, with the working title Jin Archive. This team will reportedly handle all of Jin's solo ventures, musical, visual, and philanthropic, separately from BTS's group activities. The decision is both a sign of Jin's artistic maturity and the company's faith in his future beyond the group identity. Bang Si-hyuk was also quoted as saying, "Seokjin has something many artists never discover, the ability to be sincerely human in front of millions. That's more than stardom. That's legacy. And I will ensure HYBE treats it as such." He hinted that upcoming releases might showcase a more cinematic side of Jin, possibly including a conceptual short film series based on the emotional landscapes of songs like Abyss, Epiphany, and I'll Be There. There are also murmurs of collaborations with global orchestras, as well as potential ambassador roles with global humanitarian initiatives that align with Jin's soft-spoken empathy. In the final moments of his statement, Bang looked straight into the camera, knowing his words would ripple across ARMY fandom, and said, "We didn't create Jin's success. He did. But HYBE will protect it, nurture it, and let it grow far beyond what anyone expects." Seokjin is not just a member of BTS. He is a force of his own. As Bang Si-hyuk's declaration spread across fan forums, social media, and entertainment news sites, the ARMY community erupted with a mixture of awe and emotion. The hashtag #JinArchive began trending within minutes of the internal leak, followed closely by #LegendJin and #HYBProtectJin. Fans praised Bang for acknowledging what they've long believed, that Jin is not just the oldest member or the funny one in BTS, but a visionary artist in his own right. Thousands of tweets captured the emotional weight of this moment. One user wrote, "Bang Si-hyuk finally said what we've been screaming for years. Jin is a legacy. Not just a singer, but a storyteller, a symbol of strength." Another viral post read, "HYB's investment in Jin is the best decision they've made in years. His voice, his heart, his message, they deserve the world stage." International media outlets also picked up the story. Billboard Asia ran a headline, "Bang Si-hyuk plans Jin's legacy, from K-pop idol to global solo icon." Meanwhile, Rolling Stone Korea emphasized Jin's unique duality. Jin of BTS is redefining soft power in music. Even celebrity peers weighed in. Veteran singer Lee Sun-hee called Bang's vision a poetic justice for an artist who has always carried grace with humility. On Instagram, Lim Youngwoon, who narrowly lost to Jin at the TMA voting, left a rare comment, "Jin Hyung deserves every bit of this. True class always wins." But perhaps the most heartfelt reaction came from Jin himself. Late in the evening, Jin posted a short but powerful message on Weverse. "I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. But if that love becomes legacy, I'm honored. Thank you, ARMY. Thank you, Bang Pidin." The post, signed simply, Jin, sent fans into an emotional spiral. Many noted that Jin rarely responds publicly to company direction, making this message all the more poignant. Screenshots of the message were shared across X and Instagram with captions like, "Jin, you are history in the making." This moment marked more than just a streaming milestone. It became a cultural inflection point, where artist, company, and fandom aligned in one clear message. Kim Seokjin is no longer a rising star. He is a constellation, and HYBE, under the stewardship of Bang Si-hyuk, seems more than ready to follow his orbit.